Semi-final number 2. Battlefield of Eternity is the first map, and this is gonna be good. Of course, the blue team is the favorite. Team Wah has won 5 out of 6 tournaments that they participated in, and in the last one they came in second. Now, the interesting part here is that we already have the team that is in the grand final. It's not the Hardos, it's not the Donuts. Donuts don't even play in this tournament right now. They have problems with one of their players, as it turns out. Apparently, Rutsu doesn't have a PC, and his new PC is taking ages to be delivered. So it seems they might be out of the playoffs and might not participate. We'll see, maybe they participate on Wednesday. Then they still have a chance to qualify for the main event. But time will tell. The one thing that I can tell you, on the other hand, is that in the grand final, we have Chili Mountain waiting, and Chili Mountain is playing with that new lineup of Wooby, Breeze, Mene, Smexy, and Macke currently, which is just insane. They were able to beat the Hardos, which was incredible too. The entire series was just bonkers, and now of course we need to find out who they will face in the grand final. It's either going to be the blue team or the flipping Mafia. And right now we got already the traditional bans on Zagara and Vala. And Nubarak and Uther get banned together with this. But yeah, I'm kind of hyped because there is a big favorite in this one. The way that the blue team has been playing over the last couple of weeks was just incredible. They have a lot of synergy and they are spot on with the shot calling. They just make decisions, follow up on them immediately, and the synergy is just there. But then again, the Mafia, they are doing better and better with every single tournament that they play, and they have started off pretty well. They started a bit late, by the way, compared to other teams. Look at the Hardos, for example. Hardos participated in, I think, every single tournament with the exception of a single one, if I'm not mistaken. So they were insanely diligent to get points every single week in multiple tournaments. And that's really important. But the entire setup of this tournament format was designed so that teams can also join late, only participate in a couple. And that's kind of what they're doing right now. So if you look to the Mafia, they formed late. It took them a couple of weeks, but then they came into the tournament. They did really, really well. They, of course, had a hard time against the Hardos occasionally or against Team Wah. But outside of that, they always performed well and accumulated a lot of points that would right now qualify them for the playoffs. And it becomes at some point a struggle not only to participate in the playoffs, but to get a decent position there. Because, of course, the leaderboard is... the seeding will be based on the leaderboard. And the top 4 will play in the winner bracket of the playoffs, whereas the bottom 4 will drop into the lower bracket right away. So that gives the top 4 a bit of an advantage and also an incentive to participate in more tournaments here at the qualifiers and do well there. And that's exactly what the red team is currently aiming for. A better position in the rankings. Now we got Liming in. We have Blaze and Diablo. So that's already a very, very beefy front line for Battlefield of Eternity. Urel on the other side for the top lane control for Bishop, so Blaze is going to go up against the Space Goat. And, well, now that I think about it, we have Hanzo in, so there is a very good chance that Bishops is going to change heroes after this. And that Hanzo is going to be the one that he plays, because his arrows are still pretty crazy. Now, I already hyped him up a bit last week, and he had some significant arrows, but didn't quite deliver, as he usually did. So Garrosh comes in, we got Tychus too, and for game number 1, the big question of course is if the Mafia can this time pull ahead or if Team Wah is just crushing again, because these guys have been absolutely incredible in every single game that they played, every single tournament, but yeah, we'll see. Now for me personally, today I'm really happy with all of the measures that we got. It's a bit of a birthday present for me right now. So now that I'm an old fart, I can at least still enjoy the top games that we're getting here, especially with our HGC boys coming back. Zelia and Dino with Malfurion and Tracer to round out the draft for the blue team. So yeah, that's a good setup. That's a really sexy setup and I like it a lot. That already promises fireworks. And our last pick for Shamzik on the side of the Mafia. By the way, Shamzik is back, so Hydra is currently not playing. I announced it last week, but here you have it. Brightwing as the final pick. And with that, we're heading into the first game in this best of 3 series, the second semi-final of the 9th qualification tournament for the X-Cup Summer Playoffs. Let's go, Battlefield of Eternity. Team Wah against the flipping Mafia. On the left side, the blue team with Quasar on Blaze, Dino and Tracer, Ultralisk on Liming, Masquerade on Diablo, and Zelia on Malfurion. The right side of the map, the Mafia with X-Ray on Garrosh, Bishops on Yrel, Nedo-P on Tychus, Shamzik, he's back on Brightwing, and Farlander on Hanzo. I think Shamzik was on vacation. Again, it's the middle of August, so a lot of people were obviously on vacation. And it's only the poor esports casters that don't get vacation, you know, because there's always a tournament to cast. So right now, then again, I live in Valencia, so that's pretty much a perma vacation. Yeah, not quite. At some point, I need to go back to Germany and visit friends and family. Level 1, we got the Soul Shield and the Neural Stim Pack. And hello, Masquerade! Woohoo! Masquerade channels his inner Lauber and dies within the first minute of the game. Nice aggression from the Mafia, good play by X-Ray. And I, of course, created an opportunity to get the first blood here. But yeah, experience gets all gathered at the bottom. There was some damage that was done, a good slow on the rotation by Zelia with the Malfurion root, so he zoned them out a bit. That allowed the wave to do more damage, and they suffered damage at the... I mean, you can't really think about if it was really worth it, because at the end of the day, if you think about it, it's a single kill against Diablo that doesn't give you a whole lot, but at the same time, they lost half the HP on their bottom wall. Yeah, I would call it a win for the blue team, honestly. So, yeah, we'll see how they can control this from here on out, but that is already a little bit stressful. At least it would be for me. But yeah. Anyways, up at the top, our 1 versus 1 continues, of course. Down at the bottom of the map, we still have that 4 versus 4 where both of the teams are looking for more kill opportunities. And right now, they're of course also trying to get that camp. 1 minute mark, we have those things spawn, and Blaze is rotating down to the bot lane. Yrel is a bit late on the rotation here. She had to pick up the experience at the top, as you can see, but Blaze is appearing now. And yeah, that polymorph was definitely needed. If he controls the choke point there, they are done for. But it is an isolation of Garrosh that leads to another kill, and all of a sudden it's a kill versus a kill. It's a camp at the bot lane, and now an opportunity for Team Wah to maybe move to the top lane and try and take the second camp too. But even down here, getting more damage in is already fantastic, because they are exposing that fountain to potential attacks, and that could help you to take the opponent's lane sustain away from them as quickly as they can. Anyways, with the level 4 talents, we now have In the Rhythm. Bishops is jumping out, and we got the Triumvirate in here on level 4. In the Rhythm is in. We got the Magic Spit, Brightwing disgusting as usual, spitting on people. Someone should sue Brightwing. I mean, that's just simply not okay. This is like, ugh. I mean, seriously. Brightwing is already ugh to begin with, and then also just like spitting around and calling it the Magic Spit. Of course. So, we got the level 4 talents locked in on both sides. We have the first Immortal coming up. And this is where we're going to find out which team takes the first objective and can maybe take a first fort down. Establish a bit of a presence here on the map. Get slightly ahead. Bot lane, of course, is something to watch out for now. Top lane too, because there's the camp still in... Ooh, Dino. Hello? That's the end of Tracer and team. That is bad news for the blue team. Not only is it Dino that falls, but Zelia also gets murdered a second later. What the fuck is happening here? Look at Farlander on his Hanzo, coming through with the big damage against both of them, and they locked the halftime show in. Well played! 2 kills, and that's 3 in total now. So they not only get some additional stacks together, but with Hanzo, they can easily chunk down the Immortal. There's some damage done on the left side of the map too, of course. But eventually, this is going to be a lock for the Mafia. So, good lead. Solid early game. Again, blue team is the favorite. No denying that. But right now, the Mafia is making some moves. And these guys aren't bad. Again, it always comes across when you talk about which team is the favorite, you know, as if the other team doesn't have a chance or if they're trailing behind. But it's not really true. On a good day, the Mafia can definitely take the blue team down. The problem just simply is that so far we haven't seen a bad day for the blue team. So they always stepped it up at some point. Here's the level 7 talent, an early lead that might help them more. And talking about stepping it up, they're going for the damage. Nice wall stun. What a save. Hanzo is alive. They still go for Garrosh. Get X-Ray, turns it around. He's under pressure, but he's able to get the team another kill. Beautiful opportunity for Tigers. You don't have to ask the Renegade twice. It's a drop on Blaze. As obviously, at this point, also a little bit of a grudge match going on. Dino and X-Ray currently not on the best terms. Apparently some, well, misunderstandings, whatever you want to call it. Or a difference in opinion. And so, the two of them definitely not only playing the match for the team, but also against each other. And for now, you have the red teams again ahead. Roughly by a level. Down here, though, it seems like they're going to lose someone. Bishops is still alive, on the other hand, so maybe they can turn this around. They're at least trying, and X-Ray is sitting at the flank looking for another opportunity to throw someone into the team. Didn't come together now, but the bot lane is... Oh, that was a good one. Masquerade with a real nice play, and that could be the end of X-Ray. There's the bomb, and X-Ray is down. Masquerade! He makes it. Maybe not. Hanzo? Yeah, he just got Hanzo'd. He got Hanzo'd. Brightwing also dies, and Nano P gets probably moonfired to death. No, it's Tequaza that comes in with a quick oil spill in the fire stream that murders him. So, Tigers gets roasted, gets barbecued right there. And that brings the blue team back into the game with 4 kills to 5. They're now very close in experience too. And as the next objective spawns, you can argue that they even have the upper hand here. But Tigers is at least getting a lot of stacks together. He's sitting at 40 on his level 4, so that's an increased duration on the minigun that will help him in the mid and late game to stack this significantly up. Should do a lot. But with this, it still seems that the red team is falling behind a bit here. Blue team is just in too much of a great position. Halftime show is flipped though, and now we have the level 10s in. And we're looking, of course, towards Hanzo and his arrow and see what he can do here. Yeah, talking about Hanzo and his arrow, there it is, and Zelia's gone. Easy kill, easy. Farlander sees a chance, uses it, Zelia gets murdered, and now they're trying for the counter kill. X-Ray in a bit of trouble, needs to be careful with the immortal stun that is going to come out in a moment. Good heal, but the stun is there. How? Shamzik, Beastnit on that Brightwing. Damn, son. How did they keep him alive? X-Ray should have died multiple times in that encounter, but they just couldn't make it happen. Now they're chunking it, but it's still the blue team that locks in Immortal number 2. Good for them. That was a close call. They did extremely well. Couldn't get the kill though, but at least they get the objective. So they have the Immortal moving to the top. And yeah, we'll see what they can do here. Can they maybe take that fort down? I doubt it a bit. There's still decent defense against it. Oh, but Odin has been taken. Yeah, Odin has of course been used already, so that would be great for the defensive play. Maybe if they can, yeah, maybe if they can do that. Flip Dibbles over and take him down. Masquerade should have known better. You don't approach a gate like this if there's a Garrosh on the other side. So they got the kill here. Dino with a pressure play. They attempt to zone them away from the fort so they can take it down. But Urel is more or less jumping behind it to create some additional space for them. And Dino is dead. Dino is dead, and that's another kill. That's 8 kills to 4. It's getting spicy here. And as I said, there's a little bit of a grudge match going on between X-Ray and Dino, and of course that can sometimes also lead to mistakes. If you are super eager to make a certain play and to show the other guy who's boss, you might overstep just a bit, make plays that are not as safe. Maybe a little bit too far out, and then you get punished for it. So now when we're looking at all of this, we already have 2 deaths against Tracer, but also 2 deaths on Garrosh. X-Ray riding with the money pick. Punkt in der B-Note. At the bottom of the map, Bishops controlling the experience in the lane. Might actually have a chance to take a tower down if he pushes this out. But yeah, he has to fall back here. Actually goes for the camp. Not too bad for him either. Top lane, Brightwing alone against 3. You're like, friends? No friends for you, baby. That fort is likely not going to make it. Dino's already there. They got the level 13 at this point. And talking about the talents, I guess at this point it has to be pointed out that Warlord's Challenge is level 10 for Garrosh. We see Decimate so often now that it's noteworthy. Blood Craze on 13, the Neo Steel coating, 66 stacks, for Nenopi. And Nenopi can just chunk in these team fights. I mean, he has a long minigun duration already, and if Masquerade gets a bit too close, then he is going to get murdered there in the long run. So about getting murdered topside, that fort is gonzo. So Shamsik was obviously not able to do anything against it. As a support player, that doesn't come as a shock. And off we go. Masquerade, they're all starting to make a play for the camp. That's not only true for the blue team, but also for the flipping Mafia. Of course, you want to set those up when you can. And I'm actually lying, because they're still on a cooldown for 1:30. Apologies. Looked on the minimap like they were aiming for it. Didn't realize they capped it already earlier. On 13, we got the jumper. And Dino's a little bit jumpy here. Jumps into the backline again. Try to needle down Urel. And here comes the play for her. The arrow connecting with one, connecting with two. But they can't follow on it. It was a defensive arrow to begin with, but now X-Ray. X-Ray! No chance. This time they take him down. They were trying to make the play earlier. This time they can murder him. 5 kills to 8. Bot lane pressure on the 4. That's looking good for the blue team. Team, wow, they are going full on it. Alright. And that could be a big immortal. That could be a big problem. Top fort down, bottom fort more or less taken down now by the camp. Or if the Mafia doesn't get some kills here, they are gonna be in a world of pain. And it seems like they are the ones who get killed. Because Nenopi is low, gets saved by Brightwing again, but there it is. Dino! Yeah, moving through them like a lawnmower through grass. Awesome. There we go. Some people say like hot butter through cheese. Hanzo gets killed too, so it's not only Tigers that dies, but they're actually taking 2 down. And yep, good news! Good news for the blue team. Not only do they have full control over the middle of the map, and therefore the immortal, but also they've already taken the fort down. The momentum swing that we are witnessing here is pretty incredible. 7 kills to 8, really putting the damage together here. That's now 37,000 for Tigers, which doesn't really help them a whole lot. And 26,000 on the other side. So, top side. There we go. We got our move straight up for a bit of experience for the next camp. I mean, they are really trying to put up a huge blow on the top lane. With the camp, with the minion waves that are escorting in, burning the rest down, they won't be able to get to 16, but with the Immortal on 50% shield and the Khazra camp coming in, there's a chance you take the keep here, despite the fact that it's only 12 minutes into the game. So here we have it. That's the moment. Odin gets immediately used, and they will have to really pop some ults in order to make that work. X-Ray also gets attacked with the bomb once again. Problematic is, of course, that Hanzo's arrow is still out. Maybe with a good connect there, they can set a kill up. But I don't think they can save this one. I mean, look at how quickly it's dropping in HP. Yeah, the Khazras are there too. Keep is gone. Keep is gone, and 16 is so close. Can they get 16? Can they maybe play around that a bit? Bruiser camp should be up by the time that the Immortal is down. So once that happens, they can technically try to steal it away. And I honestly think they should. It's a small window though. It might be a bit too small. Yeah, it doesn't really look like they're gonna go for it. It's a bit too much to ask for. Urel jumping straight into the bush here. But at the bottom of the map, the action is already happening as they're going for the next Khazra. So let's go. And yeah, Dino's still dancing around here. Full on build into the Firestorm, by the way, on Diablo. Level 1 went into the Soul Shield. 16 is about to be ready for the Mafia. They're still ahead in kills, but they're far, far behind in structures. And that's what, of course, matters the most. Especially the top lane is going to be a sore thumb for the rest of the game. If you don't take a single fort down, your opponent has your entire lane destroyed. It just means catapults, 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 catapults. And they go for X-Ray again, full on barbecue mode from Diablo as he's trying to burn X-Ray to a crisp. That did not quite work out. Brightwing is just working overtime. I mean, Brightwing needs to be, yeah, promoted, for sure. And that's me saying that, so then it has to be true. Camp gets stolen, the fight is happening anyways. 92 stacks for Nenopi's Tigers. They're trying to burn them down, but Xaylia with the Tranquility saves everybody on the way back out. Now they got to deal with the camp at the top and the double catapult. Immortal is spawning in 20 seconds. There's another camp at the bottom of the map that they're also attempting to deal with. But yeah, it's crazy town right now. All over the place. 48,000 on Tychus. The damage output 34,000 for Tracer. And we got still 30k for our girl, Li Ming. Hanzo, by the way, is not looking too bad either. It's currently at 39,000. I mean, it's all about structures from here on out. Experience is similar, kills are pretty much the same. It's all about structures, and that means that the Mafia just needs to win an objective. They can't afford to lose another keep at the bot lane. They're losing too much map control as it is already, but what a play again. Nicely done. The finishing blow by Li Ming as she comes in with a wave of force. No chance for X-Ray to get out of that one. And that's, of course, another Immortal, and this one is going to hurt a lot because, look at it, it's 60% shields. 60% shields, and the bot lane has already suffered at the wall. I mean, are you kidding me? That might be the finishing move here in the game. They don't have a level 20 advantage, and I don't think they're going to get it. But now they're moving to the top to blow Urel off the map. I mean, damn, son. Haha, that ragdoll. Kind of feel sorry for it, seriously. I got hit nearly across the entire map. They take the camp, and now do they go for the two-pronged attack? Are they trying to push for the core here? Or what are they going to do? They could try and make that play. Everybody else now rushing down to the bottom of the map. Yeah, they're not going to go for core at the top lane. But two catapults are here. Third one is coming in. And there's a camp. The longer the defense at the bot lane needs to take that Immortal down, the more the top lane will murder them. I think this is nearly checkmate. They need kills, and they need them quickly. They can't waste any time here. They need to somehow dive behind the Immortal and get a kill or two, or this is just a lights-out move right there. I mean, catapults are already doing some damage and have to be dealt with. Down here, they're making the play for X-Ray. Terror! Barbecue time. Here comes the lightning breath. X-Ray! He makes it! But the core, it's falling! And with the help of the bunker, they're already burning it down. The Immortal is going to finish what they started. This is game. This is the lead. Team Wa takes game number 1 in the best of 3 series at the semi-final. Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV. Okay, game number 2. Flipping Mafia against Team They won game number 1 though, so there's no need to be sad at this point. The blue team, as usual, with a great performance on the first map, were able to lock in the victory in Battlefield of Eternity as we're heading into the second game. Now, keep in mind, if they win here, they go to the grand final to face off against Chili Mountain. Chili Mountain with a newly reformed lineup, now playing with Wooby, Breeze, Mane, Macke, and Smexy. And since it's the first tournament for Chili Mountain, they need the points desperately to try and make it into the playoffs. And after their performance today, they have a solid chance to make that work. Even if they lose in the grand final, they would still get 7 points and therefore would set themselves up for victory or for a playoff participation through the next and last qualifier number 10. But again, we're jumping ahead of ourselves. Right now, we're looking at the Flipping Mafia, and they ban out Lucio and Kerrigan as we're heading into Tomb of the Spider Queen. So, first and foremost, we got Stitches banned out. Always sad to see that. Those hooks are always fun. Not if you're on the receiving end, don't get me wrong. But at least when you are watching, it is pretty awesome. So, we got Zagara as a first pick, and it's usually that counterplay. Either you ban out Zagara and Vala, or if both are still up, then each team takes one, and they're saying like, alright, we're gonna get this one. So Vala on one side, Malfurion gets taken too, Zelia locks that in again, but we have the Zagara play on the side of the Mafia. And she offers, of course, an enormous amount of pressure against structures, which is something that Vala just simply can't chip in on the same level. But, ooh, we're getting spicy here. First of all, Shamsik with the old man, and Rexa is also in. Yeah, Blizzard actually had Diablo 2 Resurrect, or whatever they call it, happening with a couple of streams this weekend again, so the beta continues there. I gotta say, I watched some of the streams, and I wasn't too much of a fan. I don't know. Maybe I just have to give it another shot there. Obviously, I played Diablo 1, Diablo 2, Diablo 3 like a lot, and I'm still planning on taking a look at Diablo 4. Fuck Diablo Immortal on the other hand. But I looked at Diablo 2 Resurrect, and it just didn't click when I watched some of the stuff. Now, maybe I have to check it out again, but I don't know. Now that I see the old geezer here, it just popped up again. But anyways, we got bans on Sylvanas, and we got Tyrael already banned too. I guess no judgment in this one. Judgment is kind of fun, honestly. Judgment is something that personally I like these days. Obviously, you play a lot with Sanctification still. It depends on the map. If you have boss pits or whatnot, or any kind of objective like on Infernal Shrines, you know, where it's like really 5 versus 5 and Sanctification goes a long way. But yeah, we'll see. So for now, we got our Blaze and Anubarak set up for the front line on the blue team side. And that is aggression again. You're looking at an engage with Anubarak. You want to follow up with Zelia's roots, thanks to Malfurion. And then, of course, Vala for the damage. Blaze trying to chip in a bit too. Final 2 picks though, we still need a front line. Misha is going to provide at least some stuns, and there's always the more play from Zagara. But what else is happening? Jojo comes in for even more wave clear for the team. And Maiev. Okay. Maiev is in. So far so good. And Deathwing. Okay, party time. We got Tomb of the Spider Queen, everybody. Our second map between the two teams here. And of course the opportunity for Team Wah to take the 2-0 lead, or well, the 2-0 victory, and move on to the grand final where they would face off against Chili Mountain. Let's go, everybody. Map number 2. Team Wah against the flipping Mafia. On the left side, Dequaza on Blaze with Masquerade on Anubarak. We got Ultralisk on Deathwing. And Dino's playing Vala with Zelia on Malfurion. On the right side of the map, down 1 game in the best of 3. We have Nenopi for the flipping Mafia on Zagara. Bishops on Rexa. X-Ray on Jojo, going straight into the Laws of Hope. It's still really a talent that I personally like, because this is going to be a lot of fun when you get to a late game scenario where Laws of Hope is incredibly stacked. Then the self-sustain of Johanna is going to be absolutely insane. And what better map to play that on than Tomb of the Spider Queen, where you can easily rotate between all 3 lanes and try to get those globes on the minion waves. So always kind of fun to see that. It's pretty cool. We got Shamzik on Deckard K. The old geezer made it into a game once again, and Farlander is playing Maiev. So a huge threat already against the blue team, and we're going to see how much Farlander can do here at the end of the day with his Maiev, because they want to have the follow-up from Rexa and Misha with a stun, but it's going to be on Nenopi to dish out most of the damage. Now Maiev can do a lot on that regard too, but Nenopi is really the one to watch out for here then. And we're back. So apparently we had the little break here because Dequaza has some issues with his PC or something. It's not Ultralisk this time. This is obviously the first one that you are jumping to immediately, but Ultralisk is innocent. Yeah, I know, it was a shock to me too. Dequaza is the culprit today on his little snowflake over here. And why do we have the chicken skin? I mean, honestly, I don't understand. You have a majestic dragon, you have Deathwing in the game, and then you turn him into a fucking turkey by using the chicken skin over here. Look at this. If that's not a plucked turkey or chicken, that I don't know what is. There are so many amazing skins for that guy, and then they pick that. I sometimes have the feeling that some players just pick the skins to trigger me. And yeah, so take down the dragon. At this point, that's not a dragon, that's a chicken. Every single time I see that, I want wings. I don't know about you, but I'm like, I'm getting hungry. I want to have some wings here. Anyways, we have, for now, a couple of stacks, of course, kicking in slowly. Vala didn't get as much out of the brawl in the middle as she was hoping for. But I'm more so looking towards X-Ray and the stacks on the Laws of Hope. That's a nice isolation. Masquerade, my boy, applause! He did it again! Before the 1 minute mark. Feed. Nice. Because Lauba isn't represented in this tournament, Masquerade continues to channel his inner Lauba in the early game and dies once again. Good stuff. Then again, X-Ray is likely going to fall too now. Ah, he gets out. Deckard Kane with the potions. The old geezer. Oh, stay a while and listen. Oh my god, yeah. With that voice, honestly, you know that he was smoking his entire life. If Deckard Kane doesn't have lung cancer, then I don't know who does. Like, I was like, stay a while and listen. But yeah. So, with 1 kill to 0, we have the same opening that we had in the last game. 3 stacks now for Jojo on the Laws of Hope. And the camp taken a bit early. The chicken is going for patrol here. And off we go. They are going to try and take that one down. First of all, we got the envenomed spikes in. No animal husbandry this time. The hunter-gatherer instead. Ultralisk still on the run. And we got the Ruby on level 4. Okay. By the way, if you ever doubted that Deckard Cain is getting senile, just look the way that he's pathing in the back line. That's what we're always seeing there. I mean, like, that guy is just walking in a circle the entire time. He's senile. He's completely senile. That guy just lost it. He lost it completely. He identified 1 scroll too many or drank 1 potion too many. Just in the next team fight or so, check him out in the back line and the pathing. He's like walking in circles the entire time. That guy has to go to a home for the elderly. That's what needs to go there. We need to put that guy in a home because something is not quite okay over here. Level 4 talents kicking in for both. By now we have the push straight in the middle, and this time the blue team is the one that's set up with the camp, and they could do a lot here. And NOP is of course attempting to create some counter pressure with Zagara. She's just great for lane pressure in general. And now that she can do so much damage with her banelings against heroes too, she's just a huge asset overall. A little bit of a lock. Vala with 11 stacks. And here we go. 6 stacks on the level 1 for Jojo. I mean, I can't be I know that I'm sometimes overhyping some of these stack talents a little bit too much, but I can't be the only one that always looks at these and is like, ooh, minigame. Get the stack, get it! How many people in the past have died for a stupid regeneration globe? All of us have at some point or another. And I gotta say, it's fun. I mean, even Creed of the Noob for Vala is such a shitty talent. But if you're playing a quick match or a brawl, I mean, if I get Vala in a brawl, I'll go for the ding. Are you kidding me? Minigame all game through, more important than winning. And talking about Vala, she's not winning anything here. I mean, that she's winning in a participation trophy at that point. Goes down, that's the 2nd kill. And the flipping Mafia with quite a bit of control all of a sudden. They haven't been able to turn anything in, but they're working on it now. And they have the level 7 now. 2. And off we go. Ultralisk gets attacked, and there's it. Yeah. Down at the bottom of the map. There we go. What's kind of funny always, you know, when you have to cast a lot of the tournaments these days, you can tell how insane a company is that creates a game when you hear the casters talk about tournament brackets. In the Blizzard times, we were told to not call it a loser bracket, you know, because there are no losers here. Only winners! Whoop, whoop. You had to call it the lower bracket. Something no player complained about ever. They're like, wait, what? Lower bracket? No, 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 we lost, dude. We didn't get lowered, we lost. But yeah, good times. Alrighty, so there we go. At the beginning, it was also like, no, 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 we're not playing maps. We're not playing maps. We have battlegrounds, you know? Because Dota and League have a map. We don't. Battlegrounds. Same as at the beginning, we were actually told in the early stages, oh, Dino, there's the takedown, you know, because kills are offensive. We actually got a list. I'm not making this shit up. We got a list back then. Ah, they went for the takedown. Okay, so anyways, with too much nostalgia, let's go for more of what's happening here, because I gotta say that I'm a little bit impressed how the Mafia is doing this now. They got the Web Weaver wave, they have a lead in experience already, they have 3 kills to 0, which led to the experience lead. If they get level 10 with this push, Team War is in trouble. So, yeah, we'll see how well they can defend this, because I don't really think that's gonna be easy for them. Given that level 10 is going to hit at the perfect moment in time. Can you imagine they quasi die at the bot lane? Whew, 30 stacks, baby. 30 stacks right there. Alright, so. In the meantime, we got our attack straight through the middle. They're looking for the takedown on this battleground. Yeah, they're going to try to use their heroic abilities for the takedown against the blue team on battleground number 2. It is Tomb of the Spider Queen. Alright, level 10 abilities are in. And we got the falling sword. Oh, please go for it. Please. I need the more the triple, the double more into a falling sword. Not like this, X-Ray. Go for the aggressive plays here, but they don't go for an overlay. Yeah, we got our level 10 on both sides. There's the more. Alright, and that's a lot of damage to Banelings. The old man, stay a while and listen, sweet summer child. Yeah, but the fight is already starting to push past him. Cocoon against Johanna as they're trying to dive a bit deeper even. But no kill on either side. And I gotta say, I'm a bit disappointed with the amount of damage that the Mafia did with the first push, because they pretty much did nothing. And now the blue team can counterplay that. So kudos to the blue team for making the defense so successful. I mean, what did they lose? Look at this. This was the first Web Beaver wave with more or less a level 10 ability. That's a couple of walls that went down, and that's it. That's just not enough. So, I don't know. At this point, it's just all about how much can Team WA do now. I am pretty interested to see what's going to happen here, because this could really be the first nail into the coffin that they're trying to build. It's kind of interesting to me. How are they able to do so much more damage, given that the Mafia had such an advantage earlier? They already take the fountain down here. They do damage to the fort at the bottom of the map. They're breaking through this too. And all the way up at the top side, I mean, I don't know, but they're gonna break through another wall. So yeah, good stuff by Team WA. Strafe by Vala zones them out even more. And down at the bottom of the map, they're going for the big engage now. They want bishops, but they Quasar. Yep, that could be a problem. That's a lot of gems down the drain. A bit too aggressive. I like the idea behind it, to dive behind the fort and get a kill. But they just overstepped, and now they lost quite a few gems. Now, both teams are... One team has another turn in, the other team is so close that they could set it up. Deathwing with a bit of a barbecue play attempt here. But I guess it's going to be Masquerade who takes it down. So, yeah, there we have it. Easy kill on the first fort of the game. So, a bit of catapult pressure is now coming through. When we look at the damage amount, we have 24,000 for Zagara, 32,000 for Vala, who of course has... I mean, Vala is amazing. If you have a map where players are oftentimes stacked around an objective, around bosses, whatever it is, her multi-shot build these days is just absolutely incredible. Masquerade with the turn-in, good for him. Makes, obviously... It allows him to just be a bit more aggressive. Secures the gems. That's kind of what you want to do here. But we have 13 on both sides now. The camp in the mid lane has to be stopped, and that's what they're working on here. Quest is completed with a Hunter-Gatherer. 10 minutes into the game. And Vala still dancing around that. Yep, Dino, of course, building up the hatred stacks as they're trying to interrupt X-Ray, and there it is. Yes. Strafe also being used. Uses Strafe right away. Super early here. And they're starting to zone them out even further with the Quasar now attempting an engage from the side. He's looking for that flank stun so that the rest of the team can follow up on it. They're controlling that space really well. They're still slightly behind. They haven't gotten a single kill yet. But they do well on the map control. And again, they took a fort down. Nobody else did. Ultralis gets interrupted. Second that they start getting kills, this could get real dangerous. 20 stacks for Jojo. That's what I was talking about earlier. We're only 10 minutes in, she's at 20 stacks. So that's already 10 additional % that she heals up with her own trade. Interrupt attempts all over the place. Good stun. And Masquerade with a follow-up. 1, 2. Where's the rest of the team? They want the kill. 25 gems. And there it is. They get it. And now it's time to guard the gems. Farlander wants to move in and recover a couple. And he does. He's at 37 now. So good for him. At least they were able to pull that off. And the red team also turned in at the same time. So that is pretty awesome. I liked it. Yeah, that puts them into a position where they can maybe bring this back and take a fort down too. They need at least now to do some structural damage. Or if they fail to do that again, then they are losing more and more ground as the game continues. So it's time to man up here and go for it. So, bot lane. Zagara is the one pushing. Deathwing is up at the top. 23 stacks by now on Jojo. Farlander, 42 gems. They have another turn in after this one if they want to. So, yeah, there it is. Another play for the Web Beaver. This one's down. The one in the middle is nearly defeated. How the hell do they not do damage? They got a Zagara for crying out loud. Strafe is used by Dino again, and this is the second time that they have a Web Weaver on the map, and they still haven't taken a fort down. Now, to be fair, they dropped 2 of the fountains, and the walls are all gone. But I still can't shake the feeling that they should be doing so much more with these pushes. But mid-game, late-game, that's of course going to be the most important thing. Epicenter is in. Alright, so you can now epically enter the backline for another stun. You also got the Manticore. But here's the turn-in for Masquerade. He brings it in. And now the question, how much can the blue team do here? Because they have been way more successful with these turn-ins. Are you kidding me? I mean, hello? And they're going up against Zagara. That's a big thing. It's not them running it. Falender though with 45 gems. If you're Mafia, you don't want to hold that many gems. You want to be the one that has the freedom to engage and be aggressive. And that is just not happening. Masquerade baiting out a couple of abilities, making his way out of the fight before anything happens. The fort at the bottom of the map is completely given up. That one is toast. This is just not happening. At the top, they're trying to go for another one. Jojo with the attempt to defend. Guys, they're losing everything here. They're going to lose every fort. 2 turn-ins on both sides. The same amount of turn-ins. One team destroyed every single fort, the other one failed to take down even one. And it's getting worse because now we're going to see those walls getting attacked too. At the bot lane, it's definitely happening. At the top, very likely as well. Already some zoning from Zelia as he prevents the opponent to go through the gate thanks to the lawn. And that's the top wall gone. Top wall is gone. Bottom of the map, yeah, Rexa's trying to defend, but this is another one that got destroyed. The amount of damage to structure that has been dished out by the blue team compared to what we're seeing from the Mafia is just absolutely incredible. It's crazy. 38,000 damage from Zagara now. Vala is sitting at 55. And they are trying for the big victory with a 2-0. And then shoot. Oh, that one was a fail plays on both sides. Sequaza missing the jet propulsion, more missing too. Here comes the falling sword, and it forces the bunker abilities YOLO'd out all over the place. But yep, the pressure is still on. And of course, one of the problems for the Mafia is that they're losing control over the middle of the map a bit. At least they took the fountains down, so there's no fallback option in the mid and top lane for the blue team, but there's still plenty of possibilities to just dive or move past a fort whenever they get attacked. And now with Ultralisk turning in an additional gem, it means it is turn in number 3. So that's the third turn in now for the blue team, with the Mafia definitely having some opportunities to respond in kind, but so far they didn't. And this might hurt, because now we're talking keep. And that is a big problem now. Camp in the middle needs to be taken down. Ultralisk is already on it. Nearly 30 stacks now for Johanna. And talking about stacks, 52 for Vala. So Vala is also getting a lot of stacks. What are these guys doing? Ring around the rosy. A little bit of a merry-go-round setup for them. We don't want to fight. We come in peace. 19 against 18. Oh, yeah. Passive experience is, of course, kicking in now. With all the structures destroyed, the advantage for Team WA is pretty significant. Maiev is dealing with the top lane. They're focusing onto the middle now. There's still Web Weavers at the bottom of the map, and those Web Weavers are not pushing alone. They get some assistance from the Siege Giants too, and that makes things, of course, worse. So, there's the strafe. And, well, is that going to be the kill against Dino? Can they maybe bring this back? It doesn't really seem like it. Ultralisk makes it out. Good for him. And the kill against the bottom fort. There we have it. And yeah, that's what... sorry, the keep. One keep down, one at 50%. And that is just... yeah, that's lights out. I would be amazed if the Mafia brings this back. They are losing everything on this map. They need me. I mean, now they're going up at level 20. That's level 20 on the other side. That gives us the Farflight Quiver. The Mafia has to set something up where they get nearly a team wipe. If they can get 2 or 3 kills, then yes, they can close the gap in experience. They gain control over the middle of the map and can turn in. They have so many gems that they have an easy double turn in. I mean, not quite, but they're so close that it would be a reality. I mean, technically, they would be able to pull that off. So, yeah, but they're losing keep after keep. Catapult pressure continues. It drives them farther towards the right. It's much harder for the Mafia now to engage into the middle and get their gems turned in. And all that the blue team has to do is to interrupt that time and time again and allow for the game to continue with Catapults pressuring, with Vala stacking. They're going for another kill. They're going for the finishing move right here. Shamzik attack. Dino with a strafe. Could get another multi-shot through and does. And now they're losing shields on the core. That's going to be the end of the teddy bear. Yeah, Misha is down. The core is falling. This is not looking good. Nope. Seems like we're going to have the Mafia drop into the third place decider. And team, wow, moving on to the grand final to face off against Chili Mountain, everybody. Catapults already jumping in on the core too. Everybody is dishing out some damage. The top keep, by the way, is in trouble now as well. There's the Maw, though. Is that the follow-up? 16% on the core. That is not enough. Nope, it's going to be a right-click move and win for the blue team. GG and well played as team, wow, moves on to the grand final to face off against Chili Mountain.
Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description and check that out. Thanks in advance and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.